Hello, Jordan. It's Mackenzie. I wanted to start off by saying thank you for being so open to exchanging our differing viewpoints on this controversial topic. I think that the beauty of philosophy remains in the fact that we can propose so many different ideas and theories regarding one central theme, and through exploration of um, other people's differing viewpoints, we're able to come to a more logical and wholesome conclusion that answers some of the questions that we're asking. I noticed that you acknowledge perception as a crucial component of reality. You gave your example of people being able to perceive ghosts while other people aren't. And I think that this is both where we agree and disagree. Um, I derive my opposition in the fact that we may acknowledge the existence of things. Um, in your response video to me, you mentioned dirt and how we all can universally agree that dirt exists. But I think that how things exist in nature and how we perceive them is inherently going to vary by nature between people. I may see dirt as brown and like muddy, but other people may see it as a more silty and they may see it more naturalistic than I do. So I think that all of our associations, our connotations, and our denotations are actually going to vary person to person. And I think that that's why we can't necessarily rely on simple interpretation to give us truth. Um, you mentioned that if things appeal to the senses, then they are real, and I also disagree with this. This fails to explain things like hallucinations, misinterpretations, and the flawed nature of our ability to perceive things accurately. Um, for example, if you've ever been outside in the snow, after a while your hands begin to get cold, and then after an even longer period of time, you may feel that your hands are starting to burn, giving a false warm sensation because we know that if it's cold outside and we're touching snow, obviously our hands are going to be cold. They're not going to be warm, but we may perceive it incorrectly because that's just how our body is conveying those signals in our body. Um, I also wanted to ask the question that does this mean that intangible things such as magnetism, gravity, or even love aren't real? Um, I'm not saying that that's what you said, but it poses the question in contrast to the perspectives that you brought up in your video. The main issue that I take with your argument is this it's that there's no real way to test or to prove your claims because they're built upon assumption. And your assumption is that our interpretations are truthful and universal, which I just don't agree with because by nature our interpretations are unique to us and there's no way that we can all come to a conclusion and come to this unanimous agreement that reality is one way or it's another way. There's no way that people are going to be able to perceive it identically. I just wanted to thank you for being open again to talking about our viewpoints, and I certainly don't hold all the answers myself, so I enjoy exploring your theory surrounding the topic of reality. I hope you guys have a good rest of your semester.